kick things off because we have a big lineup of mainly gold pieces that we're going to be sharing with you. Again, let me just give you a sneak peek. What the heck? We got that coming up. Ooh, that's a good ring. We have this ring coming up. That's a nice one. We have these neck pieces coming up. Oh, those are good. All in gold. The theme this afternoon. Oh, tassel earrings. Tassel earrings coming up. We love those, don't we? Beautiful tassel earrings coming up in the show. Gold bracelet. That is going to be coming up. Oh my gosh, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Butterfly pendants. Rings. Oh, let me show you another one of the gemstones. Some of our gold collection. Some of our gold rings in genuine gemstones. All coming up. We'll try and get to everything that I'm flashing here. Man, I guess I can't stop. They're all so nice. So many good things in the show. You just want to stick around here. And it's interactive. Questions, comments. That's what the chat box is for. We have the ability for you to ask me questions. Free shipping on items that are over $50, which probably going to be everything because, again, gold, it's not, gold broke a new high the other day, $2,100 an ounce. It's retreated a little bit since then, but when we start seeing prices for gold of $2,100 an ounce, those are some scary numbers, which is why all of these gold deals, including the hoop earrings, are going to be coming up in the show. Now we're going to start actually with, oh, by the way, just real quickly here, who are we? We are Shop LC. How do we deliver joy to you? Well, through gold jewelry, for one. But also, again, in return, we're able to deliver meals to hungry kids. 46 plus million meals actually have been provided so far. We've been around over 40 years, 400,000 plus product reviews, and over 2 million plus happy customers. Check out our Google reviews, all of that. So we're not just here to live stream. We actually have a full-fledged television shopping network that is broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week here in the United States. 2 networks in the UK, network in Germany, and who knows what else will happen. Anyway, let's get started here. We have a gold 10 karat yellow gold necklace that I'm going to show you. Let me just grab this quick. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do this in 2 steps here. I'm trying to get better at doing this just to show you live. We have 2 cameras here, so start with for our TikTok friends so they can get a good look at that chain and see it. Obviously, honestly, the best look is probably that one right back there. And then for everyone on our other feeds, which again would be Instagram, the website, Facebook. I'll give you a look at this too. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Great link, great design, great chain, and something new, something different than, I don't want to say same old, but got the rope, got the box link, got the herringbone. That's something different. That is something new, not something you're going to see every place else. And that's kind of nice when you can own something that you're not going to see on everybody else in the world. I'm also noticing a couple things on this I want to point out. First off, this is made in Italy. This is an Italian-made chain. You are buying Italian-made gold jewelry. Does that matter? Oh, yeah. Big time. Gold made in Italy, there's definitely a prestige to that. When you have the finest in jewelry that is made in Italy, you kind of hold your head up high. You feel good. It's like, wow, I have an Italian gold chain, and I got it for, I didn't even mention, $267.99. So for $260, let's think about this for a second. $267.99. Designer gold chain. Not basic rope, herringbone, box like, and they're great chains, don't get me wrong. We love them. But if you can buy a designer piece of gold, which you can today, for a lot less than you would a traditional piece of jewelry. Oh my gosh, you wanted it. Listen to this. This is a $1,600 necklace. $1,600 worth of gold. And we're offering it today for $267.99. You can get 10 karat gold, which again is a durable gold, very strong gold. It's one of the nice things about it. When you buy 10 karat, you're getting durability, you're getting strength. So it has that wonderful strength factor to it, so you can wear it all day long, never have to worry about it. And there's that peace of mind of just knowing that you have Italian-made gold. I always say it's no different than a watch with a Swiss movement. I have a comfort factor wearing this watch. I know it's going to be accurate, reliable, dependable. And, that's one of the reasons why you pay a premium for a watch with a Swiss movement. You pay a premium to own Italian-made gold jewelry. Well, you're not today when it's $267.99, 83% off of the retail value. And a true designer link. 10 karat, again, is the strong gold, durable gold. When you're wearing 10 karat, well, you never worry about it. It's 10 karat, it's durable, it's strong, it feels great, looks great, and there it is, and there they go. So good job on those. One of the key items of the show is coming up right now. These are the tassel earrings. And in fact, I gotta check my email here real quick, because I know Stephanie sent me something about these. Stephanie is the one who kind of organizes and helps plan all of these shows with our team. And what did she say about these? It is... it's one of... I forgot. I need to read these emails a little more closely. There was one extra line there. If you will, please post a story on Instagram. I forgot to do that. So, but yeah, these are one of the key items of this block that we're in right now, are these tassel earrings. So this is one of the most important pieces. So let me give them a good presentation here and start just by giving you, actually I gotta come around here so I can see if, oh yeah, you're getting a good look at those, aren't you? That is that beautiful tassel. I'll measure them in a moment too. But that is what it's all, look at that sparkle. Look at that sparkle. Look at that warm glow that you get. Boy, those are good looking off of these earrings. Now, for our TikTok friends, same thing I just did for our Instagram, website, Facebook friends, which, by the way, those are all the ways you can watch us. You're on TikTok. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, website, shoplc.com. Same thing for those of you watching there on those platforms. We are also on TikTok. So anyway, now that you all have had a chance to see them, my ruler here will tell us that they are going to be, and I'll just do this simultaneously for everyone, about 2 inches in length. So about a 2-inch drop on those earrings. And tassel jewelry continues to be hot. It's been hot for a long time now. Continues to be one of the hottest trends going in jewelry, whether it's gold or silver or any precious metal at all, are these tassels, these dangle designs, and this is also in 10 karat gold. It is a mirrored-like effect that you get off of all 4 of those strands, all 4 of those drops. Now, one thing I'm going to point out back here is all the different rows. As I said 4, upon further inspection, looks like it might be 5. Yes, 5 rows that are coming down from that flower on the top. So you have 5 individual strands of gold. Now let's look at how this is built, because every one of these drops has multiple segments. Every little oval, every disc you see is a separately applied piece of gold. So this is not just manufactured in one fell swoop, because they could. Someone could have taken that design, made a mold, 2 inches in length, and just stamped out the whole thing. Well, it wouldn't move like a tassel, would it? It wouldn't have that dangle effect, because now with every piece is a hinge. And with every hinge, more movement. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pieces. 17 spots on each one of those. where it's going to articulate, it's going to move. So 17 times 5, almost 100, minus 15, so about 85 individual bits of movement on each one of the earrings. That's a lot of dangle, that's a lot of movement, and that's why tassel earrings are so popular, because you have something unique, you have something different, you have something distinctive when you have a design like that. And as it moves, and every one of those pieces is like, it's like a little mirror. It's like a little mirror, and so every single time any of those catches the light, it's going to sparkle, and it's going to have a glisten, and it's going to have a glow, and it's going to have that radiant dancing effect as you are wearing these. So when you're looking for something that's going to be fun to wear for your company holiday event, your whatever it might be, here you go. By the way, thank you for the new follow. We just had someone on that app there. The
TikTok.
Thank you, TikTok thing. I can't get the word Twitter out of my head. I guess because I've been using it for so long as Twitter, that's always like the first thing social media that comes to mind. TikTok. So thank you for the new follow, and spread the word too, so your friends can check us out. And I also, Shawn Wilsie, my name, I'm on all the forms of social media as well, so you can find me on those. And so thank you for that. Anyway, we are, actually, I'm going to step over here real quick. Oh, to get my water, which is not over here. Where did I put my water? Hang on a minute. I think it's over here. Way over here. Coming back. Okay, now we're good. And we got ourselves reset and ready for our next piece,
Now,
which is
I put this one on the heart pendants.
the heart pendant.
Or no.
Or
Or did I put it on?
the tanzanite, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think I did.
We have about 6 chains out here, and just through process of elimination, it's the only box chain that I see, so that has to be it. You know what? I'm gonna pick this whole display up because DJ did such a beautiful job with this. I want you to see this, and I want you to see it framed by the other chain. And again, I'll do this first for TikTok since I have 2 different cameras, so you have to do them one at a time. Because this is just a gorgeous combination, isn't it? Now, the chain right here is what we're talking about. This is the box link. This is the chain that I'm offering right now. We'll get to everything else at some point. But just to give you an idea how beautiful that whole combination is. So here's the box link we're showing right now. It's $104.99. And then we'll get to the pendant and we'll get to the other chain as well. Now let me do the same thing for those watching us on our other phone. Oh, man. See, this is why I love gold. I have always been a gold person. Gold's always been my favorite precious metal. Always will be. I certainly have a fondness for platinum and silver, but that's just rich. There's no other word for it. That is rich looking, and you can create these same combinations yourself once you have the box chain. The box chain is the ultimate, well, that's why we put the pendant on it. It's the ultimate pendant chain. It is the perfect pendant chain. There is no better. Anytime you have a box link chain, you have the perfect chain. There's no improving. The word perfect is just that. It means there is nothing finer. It is for pendants the perfect chain. There's no second best. There's no third best. Well, I guess technically there is. But that chain there, and then I'm going to try to set this up so our friends on all the social media can see it at the same time. This chain right here is the perfect piece of jewelry. You buy this once, you will have this forever. This is a chain, and I'm speaking from experience here. The boxing chain I have at home goes back 20 years easily. Always looks good. Always works with a pendant. I have a cross pendant on it right now. I have taken that pendant off. I have a gold eagle pendant I've had on. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can put pendants on that chain. Now then, when you take that chain, you put a pendant on it, and then you frame it with something fancy. That's, let's face it, that's like a $20,000 look right there. If you saw someone wearing that, you're going to assume they spent thousands of dollars for their jewelry. Nobody would ever guess that the box link was $104.99. Oh, which reminds me, I do want to just grab my information here because I want to make sure I don't misquote any of these things. Because one of the things I was noticing, and we mentioned earlier, the price of gold and how gold it's gone up, it's gone down over the years. A couple of years ago, it took actually quite a dip. Now, within the past week, it went back up to the point where it hit an all-time high. And the price of gold hit $2,100 an ounce. Now, it has since retreated a little bit. 2040, I think it was. That's why I want to get the accurate number here. 2014, $2,014. That's for an ounce of gold. But there's so many articles that have been written about, like here's one right here from CNBC. Gold prices hit 2,100 for a record high, and analysts don't expect it to stop there. So I'm not here to say buy this because the price of gold is going up. There are people in this industry that do that, and I don't like that. I'm not one of them. But I do have to be realistic with. Oh, I was going to show you the chart too, just so you can see, because here is an all-time chart of the price of gold. I think I've put it here. Everybody on both the social medias can see it, and that's the all-time high right there. Now, yes, it did dip, and it's gone back up. So the fact is, when we bought the gold for these chains, when we as a company made this purchase to buy the gold, the price would have been, oh, don't freeze up on me now. Well, I'm trying to get the 6-month chart to load. The price of gold would have been more down in this range here. So it would have been less than it is now. So if we were to buy this chain or anything I'm showing you today, with the price of gold even up here, higher than here, our new price would be more money. So if you like this price, and I'm sure you do, of $104.99, now would be the time to buy it. Because I would hate for you 6 months from now to come back looking for one of these chains and say, what happened to the 104 price? Well, that 104 price is today on the 10th of December, 2023, and it will be more money down the road. So just so we're all on the same page with regards to that. So it's just a little something to think about. You know, I don't like, you know, buy now, price of gold's going up. We don't know what's going to happen. That's like me saying, you know, buy stock in ABC company because you know it's going up. No, you don't. We have no way of knowing. But the trends are a good indication. But the reality is, right now, the price of gold is higher than it was when we bought those. So that would be why it would cost us more money. Anyway, enough said on that topic. Box chain, great pendant chain, always going to look good. So take advantage of that right now as we continue here. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, we continue here with our hoop earrings. Now, we have some quantity?
Yes, we do have 5.
Oh, we have 5. Okay. Reason I asked, it says out of stock on our website here, so I was just making sure we had the right item, but indeed we do. There are 5 pair to go around. So if you want to order them, what you want to do is TikTok, link up there, click that, take you to how to order. For everyone else, comment box sold, and what's the number on these 3? 103?
104.
104. 104. And someone will reach out to you then about ordering them. Now these, boy, I have 2 that are similar. Give me 1 second here while I figure out which one these are. These are the diamond cut ones. Yes, okay. So we also have coming up some non-diamond cut, some polished hoop earrings. So stand by for those. These, however, are the diamond cut hoops. So close-up look. I know it's weird with the background picture there too. Close-up look for TikTok viewers. And then around to the other camera. Close-up for, I think I'm learning. Helps if I have, there we go, my hand in the background too. There you go. So you can see the diamond cut for people watching other forms of social media. So anyway, good size earring. Let's measure. Just about an inch in diameter. Man, I'm going to use that word perfect again. Perfect size hoop. It's hard to really improve upon that size for a hoop earring. I'm going to make reference back to this shot. I think this is another example of where the shot that we have on the screen is almost perfect. I mean, it's the perfect shot, perfect design, perfect size, and shape you can see, obviously, with a diamond cutting. Now, for those that have never heard how this is done, many of you probably know this already, but we have people who are going to hear about this for the first time, so just bear with me. When we say diamond cut, it's basically what the name implies, how this texturing is done. It's a diamond tip tool, it's obviously very sharp, that they use to get in there and carve basically into the gold. And that leaves behind that pattern, which is going to sparkle. That's one of the nice things about gold, is it is malleable in that form, that it is soft enough where you can get in and you can diamond cut the hoop bearing and get out that beautiful pattern, that beautiful design. So it just adds in a little sparkle. So if you like this, but the price, by the way, on these is $99.99. So just under $100, and you can get a diamond cut hoop earring. And it's such a pretty design, just such a simple little added touch with that extra bit of sparkle that it gives the earring. And it adds in that warmth, it adds in that beauty, that elegance to the earring that just makes it the perfect piece of jewelry to wear. And if you are an earring woman, always have to have your earrings on. Always have to have that perfect pair of gold hoop earrings. And for many people, that's what it is. It's the perfect go-to earring. You put them on and your day's not complete without a beautiful gold hoop earring on. Well, then these are the perfect earrings for you. It is that added touch, that extra bit of gold. And in fact, here, let me just show you again, because many people will, if you're building up that gold wardrobe, I keep going back to this combo here. You know, it's when you have something this fancy on with maybe a tanzanite and another gold chain, you never want your earrings to overpower it. So this is just kind of the perfect pairing to finish off in understated elegance. If you had this on, you wouldn't want a gold earring that was, you know, the size of a soccer ball. You want this size earring to go with something like this. Also, it's not a distraction. You never want one part of the suite to overpower the others. So if you're looking for something that is just the perfect little pairing together, that earring would go with anything. It would. I'm going to show you another one of our little combinations here that is just so beautifully put together. Sleeping Beauty with some heart jewelry. Look at that. Another gorgeous combination. That earring would be perfect with this combination right here. So for $99, this is a $650 pair of earrings right there. That's $650 worth of jewelry that you're getting today for $99.99. $650 worth of gold jewelry, and it's $99.99. So if you love this gold earring for $100, and it's 10 karat. Remember, 10 karat gold is durable gold. So $100 today for that pair of earrings, that's a giveaway price. We'll get to the other pieces in a little bit too. So don't worry, you'll be able to shop on those. Grab that gold earring now. That is such a steal at $99.99. Then, I can't believe I only have one bracelet. Wow, we got a lot of nice things. One gold bracelet. Uno. Here it is. Check it out. This is $139.99. This is $139.99 in 10 karat Italian gold. 10 karat Italian gold for $139.99. Now the gram weight on this 1.68 grams, again, of 10 karat Italian gold. Now, let me get this out here for our other viewers as well watching us on Instagram and TikTok and all the other forums. There it is. 10 karat Italian gold jewelry. Great designer link for $139.99. And you can now get the perfect, it's a twisted, we're calling it a twisted spirally. Spirali? S-P-I-R-A-L-I. Spirali, I guess. It's a spirally design, and I'm sure that's the foundation for where they came up with that name, because it has this spirally sort of look to it. Now, let me go back to the screen here, because this also kind of shows, and again, $139, that's fantastic. You can see how what they've done is they've taken these basic oval links and just twisted them up. So it winds up just straight on, almost looking like a pear shape, but that is actually an oval link that they take and they twist. Here's one side of it. See how it twists down and under? Same thing here, twisting around, very evident here. The twist, and so it gives it this spirally sort of design. This is a designer link, and that's the genius of this, this is designer gold that you're buying for $139.99. This is a 500, well, we're saying the retail on this is about $539. I'm telling you that's conservative for two reasons. The first being our price. Our price is $139.99. The gram weight is 1.68. We sell most of our 10 karat for right at about $100 a gram. So this should be, this designer piece of gold should be $168 with our pricing, which would mean that a more accurate retail would probably be closer to $1,000. So this is really more likely a $1,000 piece of jewelry. Either way, your price is $139.99, and we have free shipping on this. So if you're ordering now, we're going to offer you free shipping as well. All of these prices, if you need to just ponder it for a moment or two, I get that. All of the prices are valid until 4 p.m. Monday. 4 p.m. Monday, all bets are off. They don't always change. Sometimes they stay the same. Sometimes they do change. Sometimes they do go up. Many times we're given special prices for the live stream. And so I can guarantee that if you're ordering now, that this is $139. I can absolutely 100% guarantee if you buy this right now, it's $139.99. I cannot make that guarantee in another 25 and a half hours. So I would get this now while you're watching, while you're thinking about it. Sold 105 in the comment box or on TikTok. The link up there gets you to how to order these or anything that we have in the show. Everything as we add these items to the shows, we go through them, they all become shoppable. So we'll just one by one kind of build out the entire show, basically, the entire inventory. But look at that. For $139, $139.99 to get a designer 10 karat gold bracelet. And oh my, what's the size? 7.5. It is 7.5 inches in length. I wish we had a longer form of this, because this is one a guy could definitely get away with wearing as well. But it's for the ladies. It's a 7.5 inch long bracelet. So that is one that we make and design for the women. We have pieces for the guys, pieces for the ladies. Not as much for the men this afternoon as for the women. So I hope for the men watching the show, you're taking advantage of this time and finding something for that special lady or ladies in your life, because you probably have, in addition to obviously your wife, girlfriend, whomever, daughters, moms, aunts, sisters, so a lot of women on our shopping list. This is a great way to do that for under $200. Is it freezing in here?
A little bit.
Yeah, even with my sweater on. This morning I was rolling my sleeves up. Now I need my jacket. Okay. Our next pendant is $49.99. I'm going to get that out there right now. The next pendant I'm going to show you is $49.99. I wanted to get the price out there first, because once you see this pendant, and you see how pretty this is. Because it really is very, very pretty. This has I don't know how many people are familiar with Black Hills Gold. Black Hills Gold is a distinctly American type of gold jewelry, and it was hugely popular in the 1990s on television. We used to sell millions of dollars worth of Black Hills Gold jewelry. And I don't know why it disappeared from TV, but when gold pricing started going up in the early 2000s, it just overnight it went away and it's never come back. And I'm one of the biggest champions of let's get this jewelry back. This is the closest thing to Black Hills Gold that I have seen in a lot of years. I say that for two reasons. One being, in fact, I haven't done some nice close shots here, so let me do this for TikTok first, just so you can see. I can get it even closer, and that's about as good as it's going to get. See the detail. You can go to our website, shoplc.com, if you want to see some more close-up pictures. And then for everyone else, that's actually a pretty good look at that pendant. So you can see the detail. At least I hope you can. And I'll go to the screen in a second here. But this is very reminiscent of Black Hills Gold jewelry, and it's $49.99. It is in 10 karat gold, and it's all yellow. That's why I say it's reminiscent of Black Hills Gold, because it's not necessarily from the Black Hills of South Dakota, but it has a lot of that look, and that jewelry is usually in multiple colors. This is all in yellow gold. Here's what I'm looking for. Leaves and roses. Your beautiful leaves right here, and then the large rose right in the center of it. That's the design that you're looking at. The fact that you can give a gold rose as a gift, I just love. And I love the size of this. This is not by any means overpowering. This is not by any means that massive pendant. This is the perfect size. And again, I want you to really get a good look at the detail here, because I hope it's coming through. It is just extraordinary, the amount of work that goes into these pieces, so that you can see what winds up being a very pretty rose design. Now, I mentioned earlier how we're a manufacturer. We did not make these. Somehow we got these as, I'm guessing, a closeout opportunity, because we don't have a factory in the United States. So it was made in the US of A. We know that. Absolutely made in the USA. So what probably happened was some vendor, some manufacturer, they had a bunch of these sitting around, and they said, well, we need to get rid of them. And so then what we do as a business, as a company, is our buyers get their calculators out. And they do the math, and they determine whether it's cheaper for us to make these ourselves or to buy them as a closeout. And if the answer is buy it as a closeout, we do it. And it's a one and done deal. And we get them, we bring them in, you buy them, you sell them out, we move on. We find other things to share with you. So when we see closeouts like this, and I'm working under the assumption with really good confidence that that's how we got this, you want to take advantage of those, because they're not going to come back. And with detail like you're seeing here. Now, again, we obviously, picture like that is blown up on a large screen monitor here. It's it's a lot smaller than that, probably about a ½ inch top to bottom and a ½ inch side to side. It's still a nice size, and it's that delicate, very feminine pendant that you're going to put on and wear all day. Always going to look good, always going to feel good. There's never going to be a situation where, oh my gosh, inappropriate. Can't imagine that situation would ever arise. This could be for a Christmas party. This could be for work time. This could be weekend wear. This could be any of those situations. And that detail, with the attention to detail, I should say, on that pendant really makes it stand out. It is a very rich yellow gold, all yellow gold on this. Yellow gold is the workhorse. Yellow gold is what we go for. When I am wearing jewelry, more often than not, if it's not in gold, it has a gold accent or a gold touch to it. I love silver in the right situations, but mainly there's a peace of mind when you put on gold. I mean, remember again, I have to get my dates here, so I can, because it was in, when was it? 1920s. Let me find it here. It is 17. Gold coins were struck in England as regular currency from the reign of Edward III until 1917. So going back to the Edwardian times, and then up until 1917. We in the United States stopped the gold coin minting shortly after that. But until that point, if you had a gold coin that was worth $10, let's say, it was worth $10 because literally the gold in it was worth $10. So now the price of gold fluctuates. Back then it didn't. That $10 was $10 no matter what. So that's one of the reasons why we went off the gold standard like we did, was because the gold was turning out to be worth more than the face value of the coin. So if you have old gold coins, like American Eagle coins, they're worth a lot more than the $10 or $20 face value because of the gold content in them. Now we're going to get to our next piece, and this I've already given you a sneak peek at a couple times. So let me just point out what it is, because we did the box link earlier. Now we're going to show you this Bole Oro. Bole Oro, and I know I don't speak Italian, so I'm probably destroying the pronunciation. It's spelled Bolleoro. I know that part's right. That's gold. This, and I'm going to give TikTok a close look, then we'll do it for everyone else on social. So it's this chain here. We did the box link earlier. This is the Bole Oro. This is 14 karat gold. Do you know what we're selling this for right now? We are selling this $1,100 necklace for $157.99. This chain here is $157.99. Not that much more than the box link was earlier. This chain, now I've given TikTok there. Look, let me do it for our friends watching on the other social medias. That chain is 14 karat gold. The box link was 10 karat, which is fine, which is great. But the chain I'm showing you now, this one here, for $157.99, that is 14 karat gold. What's the difference? The box link is just under, that's 10 karat, just under 50% pure gold. This chain is just over 50% pure gold. So when you buy the 14 karat, and if you own gold at home right now, and if you're saying, I'm not sure what it is, it's probably 14 karat if you bought it in this country, or if your parents or grandparents or whomever bought it in this country, odds are good as 14 karat. That's the standard we shop for in this country, is 14 karat gold. Other countries have their own standard, but more than likely, $157 for the entire neck piece. This entire necklace. Again, this is separate, this is separate. We'll get to those later. But this necklace should never be selling for $157.99. I'll show this to you more in a second. I'm going to go back to the image here, because I want you again to look at the design, because this is very similar. Oh, here, let me show you. Remember the earring we showed you earlier? The tassel earring? Very similar in idea and execution, those links, to what you're seeing in this necklace. So if you bought the tassel earrings earlier, this link is very similar to what you had in those earrings, or if you're still thinking about getting those earrings. It has these beads in stations scattered along the necklace, and it's that simple little, because it really is, it's just on paper, it's a simple little idea to add these gold beads to this already beautiful designer necklace. But it's not easy to execute, and it's not easy to do. The end result, though, is just stunning. Look at how beautiful. This would be easily every penny of the $1,100 retail value that we have on this. That just screams $1,100 necklace, not $157. I'm not kidding when I say that's a silver price. The price we have this necklace at right now, at $157.99, that's the price for this in silver, even through other online retailers, other online and television retailers. They would sell this in silver for $157.99. Now, what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to take the box and the tanzanite off of this display for a second, just so you can see this chain all on its own, and lining up the clasp in the back. So what you're going to see is really how this is going to lie on the neckline. Because what you're seeing there are the 3 stations with those added beads. The rest of this chain just goes all the way around. Spring ring clasp on the very back of it, holding it all together. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that elegant? If you want a stylish, beautiful piece of gold, something very on trend and very in fashion, this is your piece. An $1,100 necklace. And it's $157.99 today. $157.99. And you can get an 18-inch long, 14-karat Italian gold chain. 14-karat gold from Italy. And it's $157.99. In what world is that a reality? Well, this world, it's a reality right now. You're able to get Italian-made gold jewelry for $157.99. Who else is doing that? Who's taking an $1,100 Italian-made gold chain and offering it for $157.99? We are. We're doing it right now. TikTok viewers, click the link on the top, takes you with how to order. Those of you watching on Instagram, Facebook, our website, chat box, comment box, sold 108 will get you one of these for $157.99. This is why you're watching and why you're shopping with Shop LC, frankly, because we're taking an $1,100 piece of 14-karat Italian gold and cutting the price to $157.99. All right, I know we have a lot of other things to get to, so we'll keep things moving, but man, that's one for the record books. That is exceptional. All right, we have another one of our beautiful heart pendants to show you. This time, here it is. I'll tell you why I paused, because my picture on the website, in fact, let me just see what comes up here. Yeah, same thing. This looked like just a flat pendant that had hearts cut into it. This is by no means a flat little pendant. This is a very, very three-dimensional pendant. This is we have a holiday price. There's a holiday price in effect of $267.99. $267. Oh, thank you for the like. We just got a like on TikTok from someone, so thank you for that. But take a look right there at that pendant. See, it's puffed. It's two-sided. So that's what threw me. I thought it was one flat piece of jewelry. It actually is double-sided, and it's 14-karat gold. That is a 14-karat gold heart pendant that you're buying right now for $267.99. Okay, let me give TikTok their close-up look, and then I'll give the other forms of social media their close-up look. But look at this. Oh, actually, well, here, I'll measure after we do the close-ups for everyone. So there it is. Again, double-sided. So it can be worn either way. Bottom line is there's twice as much gold in this pendant than there would be otherwise. Now, for those watching on our other socials, oh, look at that. See, that is so nicely done, the way the design is finished off. There's a wall of gold there right in the center of that. That is really cool, the way that they finished this. And again, the price is only $267. This is a $1,600 pendant. What you're looking at here is a $1,600 piece of jewelry. You just happen to be getting it today for $267.99. So much better deal at $267.99. What I want to do, again, I'm going to go back to the screen here because I want to point out what is, I guess, well, I can do it right here, the obvious. Look at all those little hearts within the larger heart. So what you have in this pendant is one, I said I was going to measure it, and I didn't. Let me do that. Do that first, just so you can see. Here's the overall size, just over 1 inch in size on the pendant. So good size, good looking piece of gold, and that beautiful heart design with all of the smaller hearts contained within the larger heart. So every last one of these, that is beautiful. Every last one of these is constructed of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 of these smaller little hearts that are cut out of the 14 karat gold. This is difficult to do because it's two-sided. It would be much easier if they took the one piece of gold. Let's just take one flat piece of 14 karat gold, and let's just stamp out of it 20 little open areas, 20 little open sections, where now we have small hearts within the larger heart. Okay? Easy to do. Not a problem. However, it's twice as complicated now because you have twice as much going on since there are two sides to the pendant. Pendant flips around, who cares? Most pendants, if they flip around, it's not the prettiest thing in the world to see. With this one, you have a beautiful design on each side of the pendant. So to get that heart design twice over, duplicated twice, then soldered together, there's a lot more work that goes into something like this, which is what frankly makes the price of $267.99 even more crazy. Even more crazy to take a pendant like this and sell it for $267.99 just because of all the work that is involved in making something like this. It's very complicated, but again, the end result is quality. Would it be pretty if it was one piece of gold instead of two? Yes. However, it's all about the joy you get in wearing these pieces. I'm of the philosophy that how we think is more important than what the rest of the world thinks. And you know when you're wearing gold, there is an attitude adjustment that is made when you're wearing gold, which is why, yeah, you know what? You can go to our website and you can see some beautiful pieces of vermeil. Vermeil is gold over silver. You can see some beautiful pieces of gold tone. And you will save yourself a lot of money by shopping on those pieces. But there's something up here when you're wearing fine quality 14 karat yellow gold. You know it. You feel it. Literally and emotionally, you feel the difference when you're wearing 14 karat gold. And I think that does more good for us than what anybody else is thinking as far as, oh, I see she's wearing gold. That's beautiful. That's great. Who cares? The end result, what is in here and here. And you know when you're wearing a nice piece of 14 karat gold. And then I have to take back what I said a moment ago about the only bracelet. We do have another bracelet to show you. And I'm looking at this. Oh, here it is. How did I miss this? I am going to show you what is easy. Now, you talk about designer looking. I think we all know there's one company in particular, their jewelry comes in pretty blue boxes. And they do something, I'll bet I can find it actually. I've mentioned many times, I'm a big sucker for an Instagram ad. I've bought a lot of things off of Instagram ads. And about a month ago, I thought for sure I was about to purchase directly from the Blue Box company. It was Black Friday. I thought, wow, I'm about to score the biggest deal ever on one of their pendants because I was going to get it as a gift. Upon closer inspection, and thank goodness my order was not going through. My order never completed. I thought this is really odd for this big company. It wasn't them. It was someone pretending, duplicating their designs, and blatantly selling their lookalikes as that company's jewelry. So thank goodness that order didn't go through. Now, I'm here to tell you this looks exactly like their bracelet. Now let me give TikTok the look first, just because their camera's on the left, and so it's easier for me. So there it is. You have the toggle clasp, paperclip link, heart charm. This bracelet is $237.99. The estimated retail is $1,600. If this came in a blue box, forget it. This is a $10,000 bracelet. This would easily be in their stores a $10,000 bracelet. It's yours today for $237.99. So that is the look for TikTok. I have to flip it around in my hand just so I can do this for everyone else. There it is. Look at that. The toggle and the heart charm. Those are the giveaways. That is what really makes this look like a $10,000 bracelet at that jewelry store. And it's yours today for $237.99. No one's going to know. I mean this. No one's ever going to know that this didn't come from that store. Look at the image behind me there. Look at that detail. Look at that paperclip link. Now, the paperclip link is nothing really new. It's an oval link, but what's different about it is the links are a little bit more elongated and the edges are a little bit more squared. That's really the big difference between what we today call the paperclip link and in years past just called an oval link, because the oval link's been around forever. That's nothing new at all. But that is a very cool little take. Now, I want you to see something here. I don't. Here are your markings on this. Now, that is where, in every piece of jewelry, and by law has to have this. They have to be marked and stamped, the origin and what it is. That says Italy, and that says 14 karat gold. So that's your certificate of authenticity. So don't do what I almost did and fall for some Instagram ad that is actually turning out to be falsely duplicating what it says is actual jewelry in a blue box. That, I'm telling you, it's not. But with those markings, people would never know the difference. 14 karat and made in Italy. And look again at how beautiful the design is. See, I'm a sucker for a toggle clasp. I love that on a bracelet. And when you see that, that's really an upgrade to have that, the toggle clasp. And at $237.99, those are not upgrades you usually see. No one is selling a designer bracelet, and this is designer jewelry all the way, a designer bracelet for $237.99. There's no one doing that. You are buying designer gold jewelry for $237.99. Every penny of the $1,600 retail value back in your pocket, and you buy designer gold for $237.99. Now, the heart charm, what do you do with that? Well, you can leave it. Leave it alone. You'll never have to do anything with it if you don't want to. It's a beautiful charm. Looks nice. Most people that have the designer piece with the blue box never do anything with their jewelry, even though it's designed to be personalized. I would say this. If you wanted to make it more special, engrave the year, 2023. That way you'll remember forever. Just a little -23 or whatever you want to put there, just so you'll always remember what year this was a gift for Christmas, Hanukkah, birthday, anniversary, whatever it is. If you're already thinking about the new year, man, what a great one that would be. Again, I have to keep going back to this just so you can really see how beautifully designed that is. My gosh, that is the attention to detail you don't see on jewelry for $237. There is just no reason why that would be $237. If you're watching us, please like us. Like our Shop LC TikTok, our Shop LC Instagram, our Facebook, so you can find out about more deals like this, because believe me, we just scratched the surface in these shows here. We have a whole inventory on the website of gold, designer pieces, gemstones like you wouldn't believe. So if you want to join us, very easy to do. Click like on whatever form of social media that you're watching us on right now. And we'll be here for you. Then follow me as well, Shawn Wilsie, my name. Follow me on social media as well. And let's see. Oh, Carla's there. I recognize one of my good friends. Carla just joined us on Instagram. How you doing, sweetie? Listen, what we have now. Oh man, this is the other classic gold hoop that we have to show you. This. Oh boy. Again, let me do this in first for TikTok, just so you can see. Beautiful gold earring, classic size. I'll measure them in a moment. Then we'll go over to my other camera for the rest of the social media world here, and so you can see as well. Beautiful, perfect size, no diamond cutting, all polished, hinge post, snap closure. These are yours today for $139.99. And they're in 14 karat gold. I promised a measurement, and here we go, just so you can see. About an inch in size, 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, I guess probably closer to 3/4, the way that they're going to lock on. So about 3/4 of an inch, top to bottom, perfect size, great 14 karat gold, polished hoop bearing. I'm going to go back to the big screen here in just a second, because here you can really, well, I don't know, you might not see it at home as clearly as I do here, but it mentions 14 karat, and you're going to see right here our designer markings on these. So yes, we made these. We manufactured these hoop earrings here. That's part of the reason why the price is so good at $139.99. We do closeouts from time to time. Some of the gold I'm showing you are the results of closeout. This is an earring that we manufactured. The other good thing about that is the quality control standards that we have. Since we're making these, we know every step along the way how beautifully they're going to turn out. So, or we hope. And to that point, when you run a gold or a jewelry factory, one of the nice things about the fact that we make these ourselves is that any step along the way, if anyone in the process says, wait a minute, something's not right, it goes back. It goes back to whatever level that happened from. Because when you're making jewelry, I'm going to use a gemstone ring as an example. This will be coming up in a little bit. The diamonds are set separately. The tanzanite is set separately. The settings are cast separately. There's up to 7 steps along the way where at any point someone could say, we have a problem, and it gets sent back. So by the time it's gone through that 7th individual, hopefully things are perfect. Now with gold hoops, there's not as many steps, but you still have 3, 4, from manufacturing 4 different places where the item could go back. And someone could say, you know what, that's not hinged properly. You know what, that doesn't fit properly. That tube isn't perfect. The shape isn't right. So those are the 4 steps. I'm replaying in my head because I visited our factory a couple times, and those are the steps that I'm thinking about right now. There might be more where someone could say that's not right and it has to go back. So that's the other benefit of being in control of the whole process. It's like being the ultimate control freak, because we make it, we want to make sure that it's perfect, because literally our name is on every one of these. So you have a 14 karat yellow gold hoop that by the time it gets to you has been quality checked several times. I did measure 3/4 of an inch in diameter on these, and priced at $139.99. Something I haven't mentioned yet. Anything over 50, which is most of the show, is going to have free shipping on this. Now we are just literally 1 hour in. We're at the halfway point. I'm just going to reset very quickly here for those that are just joining us, because many times these are the points where people are they were finishing watching a movie or a football game or whatever, and so now they've got their phones out and seeing what's going on. We are Shop LC. We do live streams twice a day. This is our second one for today, and actually I'll be back with you on Thursday of this week with another live stream. I'm back on the network on Tuesday. And what we do here is we give you a really good idea of what we're all about with our beautiful pieces of jewelry. If there's anything you see that you want to purchase, there will always be, if you're watching us on TikTok, a link that you click to get to the ordering process. For those that are watching us on things outside of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, our website, sold, and then whatever number corresponds to the item that I'm showing you. In this case, we'll be moving up to 112. So if you want this item, in the comment box, you'll simply put sold 112, and then someone will reach out to you about completing that order. Again, for TikTok, different thing, click the link. So what we're doing now is, we have a clearance item I want to show you. Now, usually when we do clearance items, it's only during the clearance event, and then you have no return privilege. This is not a clearance event, so you do have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. This is an enamel butterfly pendant. It is priced at $155.99. This is a $1,500 pendant. That one right there. That's a $1,500 pendant. $1,459 to be exact. That we're offering you right now for $155.99. I'll give you the live looks here. Oh, I'm going to hold my thought here for a second. Let me show you the live look here first. TikTok, first chance, there it is. Again, if you're not following Shop LC on TikTok, please follow us. Give us a like if you would too. That's always nice. We appreciate those. But go follow Shop LC on TikTok. We do all kinds of things on TikTok now, and I've always said I'm going to get more involved on TikTok, but I haven't. And then I love my Instagram though. I am on Instagram all day, every day. And so for our friends on Instagram and Facebook and the website, there's your look at the enameling that is done on this pendant. Now I'm going to do the same thing just by flipping this around, because you'll see this is also a double-sided piece. So there's two sides to that. The reason I bring that up is, man, I would love, look at the detail is just amazing on this. Because what I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on, I'm going to do a little demonstration here, and this is going to require a tool on my part. So bear with me. Oh, it's right here in my pocket. This is enameled jewelry. Oh, good. There's a freeze warning for tonight. Just what I wanted to see on my phone for where I live in the rural areas. Freeze warning. Okay, winter's here. It might be Texas, but it still gets cold. Let's see. Okay. So I'm getting my flashlight out here just so you can see that is actually got a transparency to it. See how the light goes through the piece? I'm married to a Puerto Rican. If anybody's wondering, why does he have a Puerto Rican flag on his phone? That's why. But look at that. Look at that. So it is not solid. It is not opaque. It actually has a degree of translucency to it. The reason I found that interesting was enameling on jewelry is very, very, very difficult to do. And I mean very difficult to do. I mentioned the factories. I have visited our factories, and I have watched the people who do this. And it is done, I always thought enameling was just painted on. It's not. It's actually applied with a device that looks like a toothpick. And it's done one drop at a time, one area at a time. So how they were able to fill that in, like they did. And then once the enamel's hardened, it stays in place. But to be able to do that, and then there's a coating or something, must be more of a clear enamel that they put over the top of this. This is a really, oh, and by the way, I just noticed. I'm thinking, wow, $155, great price for just the pendant. It's the entire chain. So you get everything. You get the pendant, and you get the 16 to 18. This is not adjustable. I don't know why it says 16 to 18. It is an 18. It's an 18-inch long chain. So you're going to get the pendant and the 18-inch long chain, all for $155.99. But no, the enameling process is something that I'm a big fan of. I'm starting to talk about and got sidetracked because it is so difficult to do. And it is so time consuming to do. And the people that do it, and when I was visiting our factory, we had literally one person that was doing it. So it's not like there's this whole big team of people doing it. I think there were 2 chairs, so he might have had a coworker there that had the day off that day that do this. And that's all they do. And they do it one piece at a time. And I didn't time how long it took him to do one piece of jewelry because we didn't stay there long enough to see the process all the way through. So it's very time consuming as they're doing this. And I guess that's why I have this appreciation for enameling on jewelry or anything in life, because it is so difficult to do. And that price for, again, entire, because I was just showing you the pendant, it's the entire neck piece that you got, chain and everything, for $155. That's amazing little deal. So if you want that one, go ahead and grab that. As we get into 18 karat gold. Now, I'm going to pause here for just a second because this ring is selling right now, oh, we have my size, for $167.99. Now, look at that ring. TikTok, you get the first look, and then I'm going to move over to the rest of social. So there, that band is $167.99, and the design goes all the way around. Why on earth are we selling this ring, sorry for the rest of social, I have to do it this way, for $167.99? Why is that ring selling for $167.99? It's an $1,769 ring. You're saving $1,100 off the price of this ring. This would be a very cool thumb ring, actually. This is another example of a piece that we had made. It is from our Ileana collection. You will get with your ring this card, and it says Ileana. This is our Ileana collection, Timeless Expressions Authenticity Guarantee card. On the back will be a description of your piece. Here, let me, again, I'll do this one at a time for the various socials. So TikTok, there you can read all the information that will be on the back of the card. And what it does is it explains all the nuances, everything you need to know about your ring and about what you're getting. Because every last one of these pieces comes with this. Now, if you couldn't read that, I'll just read it to you. It says Electroform Rib Band Ring, 18 karat yellow gold. The one thing it doesn't mention that I want you to know, and this is another reason why this should never be $167. Actually, you can see it better back here. What looks like a little dot right there is there for a reason. This whole band is one gigantic tube. So it's hollow on the inside. The only other, there's 2 ways to make this ring. One is through this process called electroforming, and the other would be to stamp out 2 bands of gold and then solder them together. If you do it that way, it's going to be twice as heavy, and it's going to cost you a lot more money. Electroforming was a technique developed in the 1990s that allows for comfortable pieces of jewelry that do not have a seam. Think about this. The first way I mentioned, stamp out 2 pieces, solder them together, you inevitably are going to have a visible seam on the ring. Usually, it would be right through this part here. Right through it. Because you're having to solder these 2 pieces together. It's ugly. If it's not done right, it's ugly. This is perfection. It's electroform. That hole no one will ever see. Why is that hole there? I should explain for those that don't know. To make this piece, what they did is they started with a wax design, a wax version of this ring, with the ribbed work and everything already done. It's then coated with a substance that the gold gets drawn to. The gold is then left there to harden. And the wax, after it's hardened, the ring is heated up again just enough so the wax melts. You know, wax melts at a very low temperature. That hole is the drain through which the wax comes out. it leaves behind the 18 karat gold shell. It's kind of like an M&M that had the chocolate from the inside just drained away and you had the shell on the outside. This is now a perfect piece of gold. Think about it. This is perfection. There's no seam, nothing there that is ugly. It's all beautiful design. All the design work there is visible and gorgeous, frankly. And it's 75% pure gold. That's 75% pure gold that you're buying. This is the first piece of 18 karat. Remember, 10 karat is just under 50%. 14 karat just over 50%. This is 75% pure gold, and it's priced at 10 karat pricing of $167.99. You are saving $1,600. My brain wouldn't acknowledge it. It had to do the math twice. $1,600 on the purchase of this ring. That's $1,600, real money back in your pocket. I'm going to give you one more live look at this because this you really got to be thinking about this. Long and hard. Not too long, you won't be able to get one, but look at that. And then again, same thing for our other viewers on social. Look at that design. It's perfection. Absolute perfection, and it's 18 karat gold. I mentioned earlier how it's up here. We know. When we're wearing gold, we know. Oh, that's even magnified more so when it's 18 karat. When you've got a nice piece of 18 karat gold on, oh my gosh, you know it. You feel it. You know that you're wearing something very, very special when you wear 18 karat gold. That is fantastic. Ileana Collection, you get that little certificate as well, so you know exactly what you're buying and what you're getting. One more look at it. Wow, I love that ring. And if you want to continue to grab that behind the scenes, you can. As we move through this show, all these items are logged in, and so you can go back and shop on any of these pieces because I know we have a lot of good things to get to, and we've shown a lot of good things already. So don't feel like, oh, I missed out on something. Don't worry. No, you didn't. There's still ways that you can go behind the scenes and grab these items. So here we go, moving into 22 karat. Another reason why I stepped over here. I want to dig up my chart. Where did I save? Okay, bear with me a second. I gotta find the folder that I put my chart in. Because here we go. World Gold Council. I can't memorize all these numbers. So, when you buy gold that is 10 karat, you are buying gold that is 41.7% pure.
You talking about this?
Thank you. Yes. Okay. All these years, I still can't remember these numbers. 10 karat is 41% pure gold, which is great, which is good. And that's the minimum in this country that we can offer gold at is 10 karat. Canada, they can do 9 karat. We can't do that here. Or England, they can do 9 karat. This is mainly what we buy in this country, and that's 14 karat. 14 karat, the hallmark could also be 583. What it means is it's 58.3% pure gold. So now you've broken the 50% mark. 18 karat we just did, I told you that's 75% pure gold. Now, we're starting to see more of the gold that is more popular in Asia. And those caratages are even higher than 18 karat. Because we always thought 18 karat was the best, 75% pure gold. Well, guess what? In Asia, and in India in particular, they have had 22 karat for a long time. 22 karat gold is, look at this number, 91.6%. Let me do it this way, because that way I can better illustrate this. 91.6% pure gold. Now think about this for a second here. We've gone from 41, which is 10 karat, more than doubled that number when we get to 22 karat, at 91.6%. Yes, you can do jewelry out of 24 karat with some caveats, and we might talk about that later, and that would be 99% or higher. But 91.6% pure gold with this chain right here. Oh, do I want this. Now, the other thing you're going to want to notice is, and I'm going to take the ring we just showed you, and I'll do this for both socials here in just a second. Remember how we've always talked about 18 karat having such a rich, warm color, and it does? Well, look at it, and then right next to it, look at 22 karat. The difference is really obvious because this has more, in fact, there's the chart again. So 22 karat, 91.6% pure. This has more of the pure gold content within it, so it's going to have a deeper, darker, richer color than you would get in the 18 karat gold. This is what I'm showing you right now, and your price is $929.99. The retail value is $6,499. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other forms of social, so just bear with me a second. 18 karat on the ring, 22 karat gold on the chain. 91.6% pure gold right there. I'm not going to go through the whole routine again as I did earlier about gold pricing, but it is even more important when we deal with 22 karat gold. Because when we think about gold pricing and the rise of gold influencing the price of jewelry down the road, it's going to take a bit of a hit when the piece is 10 karat. Because when the piece is 10 karat, it's 41.7% pure gold. So there's other metals in the mix. So the price of gold as a commodity, if it goes up, the price of 10 karat will go up a little bit. Now, as the price of pure gold, bought in 1 ounce bars, as that price goes up, when it's 91% pure gold, that's going to have a much bigger bump. That's going to have a much more dramatic impact on a chain like this. And by the way, the pendant is a separate purchase, just so there's no confusion there. I'll try to hide that back there. So it's going to have a lot more of a dramatic impact on a chain like this than it would on a piece of 10 karat gold. So if you've ever thought about buying high caratage gold jewelry, and this is where I'm going with this, if you've ever thought someday I'm going to purchase a piece of 22 karat gold, well, this would be the time to do it. Because even though I can't predict the price of gold will keep going up in 2024, we have no way to know that. If anybody on TV is telling you the price of gold is going to keep going up, I'd like to know where their psychic powers come from, because nobody can tell you that. There are things that can impact it, and we can see trends, but there's no guarantee. But I do know this, because gold has gone up since this deal was made. This chain is right now $929.99 because the gold was purchased when it was about $1,800 an ounce. Now it's at $2,000. If we were to buy the gold to have these made again, the gold's going to cost us more. 91% of this chain is pure gold. It will have a more dramatic impact on a piece like this than on a 10 karat gold piece, like the little rose pendant we had earlier. So it's the high end that's going to get the bigger hit. So if you've wanted to buy 22 karat, and I'm telling you, this design, this Spiga necklace is so hot, is so beautiful. If you've ever wanted to go the designer gold route, you're doing it in a big way with this chain. Again, the pendant is separate, but you can see how it can accommodate a pendant. And these chains are so big and so thick, you can take a pendant beautifully. In fact, we're going to show you that next. Now, that pendant that I just showed you is 24 karat. I think we all know what that is. That's pure gold. That is 99.99% pure gold. There is no such thing as 100% pure gold. 99.9% is the highest. That is as good as it gets, and that's what this is. Let me show you up close again, one at a time, this floral pendant. Oh my word. How amazing. How amazing is that? That is pure gold. And then for our friends on the other forms of social media, again, 24 karat. 2 days ago, I was watching a gentleman offer 24 karat gold on another network. And he's the nicest guy in the world. I used to work with him. I have, what I'm saying here, I'm not saying in any way is disrespecting him or that network. But I'm just saying our prices are better. That's all I can then just say and leave it at that. Because it's a different business model. Because again, the 24 karat that he brings to that network, he's the middleman basically. So there's more steps involved and there's more markup, which is why this pendant on their network would be a lot more money. This pendant, speaking of price, is, this is ridiculous, is $279.99. I gotta check something here, because again, this is $279 for a pure gold pendant. You're about to purchase a pure gold pendant for $279.99. All right, okay. Now, let's dig deep here. $279 for a 24 karat gold pendant. That's the price at which we sell 18 karat gold pendants. That is actually below the price we have some 22 karat gold pendants at. In fact, that's below the price we have another 18 karat gold pendant at, and it's pure gold. No, I don't want to do that. Here's what I want to do. I am just going to do a real quick check. 24K. Let me see what it gives me for 24 karat. I'm on their app. Okay. 24 karat gold pendant. There's one for $799. That is a heart pendant, $949. It's a little bit more money for their 24 karat gold pendants. There is $899 for a cross pendant. Butterfly pendant, $899. Yeah, it's not even close. There's another heart pendant, $1,049. So when you can buy a 24 karat gold pendant for $279, it's definitely time to be thinking long and hard and very seriously, frankly, about doing it. Look at the size of this pendant too. Here, let me get you a measure. Let me put this away. $279. My gosh, we are selling. Actually, we have on our website right now a 10 karat gold pendant that is a very similar gram weight for almost this same price. So this is the epitome just of almost a giveaway for a pure gold pendant. That's 24 karat gold. And it's yours if you call right now, or again on TikTok, the little button up there. Everyone else in the comment box sold 115, $279 for a pure gold pendant. I'm at a loss to explain that one. It's other than, again, it's a different business model. We do business differently, dealing with vendors, and when we can make pieces ourselves, that eliminates all those middlemen. That can make a big difference in the price. And that's a gorgeous flower too. Just a beautiful, very three-dimensional flower. It has all those different levels and layers to it. So that is a good one. Now we're going to stay in 24 karat with a ring to show you next, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. The ring is next. Same idea, same theme. Man, these prices, $439.99. You know, I want to show you first how three-dimensional this is, because that's something that kind of gets lost in all this presentation. This is not just a simple little stamped out ring. They didn't just take a piece of pure gold and just stamp out a floral design into it. No, not at all. Now it's for TikTok here, for, actually, let me keep it on my finger. For other forms of social, you can see how really three-dimensional that ring is. So every petal every part of that flower is twisted and wrapped around, just like as in nature, a real flower is not just going to be flat, it's going to be a thing of beauty that is three-dimensional. So you're going to look at from every single direction. Same thing here. Now the way that they make this is that same electroform process that I mentioned on an item earlier. Well, okay, there you can see it. There's the little hole through which that wax that starts as a mold, an overall design, like a little sculpture of the ring, and all of that wax is melted out through that hole. So what is left is pure gold. Now, even though the electroform process has been around a few years, it's only until very, very recently did they start to design 24 karat gold jewelry using that process. So this is still a fairly new thing. This is a $2,600 ring that you're purchasing today for $439.99. $2,600 worth of jewelry for $439.99. One thing to keep in mind, anytime we have 24 karat gold, these are pieces that never come back. When we move through this, when we sell out of, let me get my pendant out here from a moment ago, when we sell out of that, they're gone for good. We don't reorder these. We don't bring these back. Even if we did, remembering again, this is 24 karat, the price of gold has a major impact on our ability to bring these back. So the fact that it's here right now is based on gold pricing 6-8 months ago. And 6-8 months ago, gold was more affordable. So if we were, and you know, it's not like we're going to give up on 24 karat gold. We will continue to bring out pieces of 24 karat. But these price points, they're extra good right now because it's based on gold pricing from some time ago. And the fact you have, and I'm going to go back to this image behind me again because you can see how all of the petals of the flower curve and twist and turn and just wrap around in this beautiful form, just like in nature, a flower's three-dimensional. And that's another one of the perks of electroform. I'm going to show you that side view again because this would be impossible to do, just stamping out a piece of jewelry. It would be impossible to take a piece of jewelry and just flat stamp out those pieces, curve them. Well, I guess technically, now that I'm thinking about it, you could do it, but it would be very time consuming because everything, your top and your bottom would have to match up perfectly. And then you still would have to have that wall coming together. You'd need about 3 times the gram weight that you do with an electroform piece. So this is just obviously a much smarter way to create that seamless piece of jewelry. And it is absolute perfection. From the butt of the flower all the way through to the finished product here, the beads, I guess I should say, in the center of this, to the petals surrounding it. It is just a stunning little work of art. And that work of art, incidentally, is a 4.6 star rated item on shoplc.com. Please remember, we have a full website that you can check out, shoplc.com, and check out all the 24 karat we have and all the gemstones we have, non-jewelry we have. We have non-jewelry items as well. So go to shoplc.com, follow us, like us, share us. We would love for you to be able to share the good word about ShopLC. Didn't even mention you do have your certificate of authenticity with that ring. And in fact, that is going to apply in a different form to my next one because this is a Luxoro piece. In fact, let me just start by showing this because there's a lot of information on these certificates when we get into gemstone jewelry. Luxoro is our line of gold, in this case 10 karat gold, and every piece will ship with one of these certificates that gives you a lot of information about the item that you have just purchased. I'm just going to hold that there for a moment so you can see for yourself, and then I'll read it just in case it's not easy for you to read on your phone right now or on the website. So you can see all the information that is on this. And everyone is going to be unique. All have their own little barcode there. But what it says, and it's for this ring here, which $299.99 $299.99. This is a $1,500 ring you're buying right now for $299.99. This is a 10-karat yellow gold, AA grade, Sleeping Beauty turquoise. And just trying to get this in view there for our Instagram and Facebook friends. White diamond, the main stone with side stone, 2.45 karat, gold gram weight, 1.98 grams. 10 karat yellow gold, 2.453 karat total gemstone weight. The Sleeping Beauty is around 9 millimeter. Boy, that is big. 9 millimeter. That's a big stone. There it is on the hand. And where was I? 9 millimeter, 2.373 karat just in that. Diamond accents, another 8 points. Well, I'm thinking of this because it just dawned on me looking at this, 2.453 grams. Have this appraised. And I'm not saying this because, then, wow, I'm going to realize that I bought a $5,000 ring or whatever it is. I'm just making that number up. Every few years, as the gold prices change, have it reappraised. I was just going through some appraisals at home that are now 6 years old, I guess they are. And I was noticing, because what the appraiser does is they list everything out kind of like this, but in more detail. And it mentioned the price of gold. The appraiser that I go to says gold was, and at the time was $1,300 an ounce. So gold is now $2,000 an ounce. And I thought, I need to get these reappraised. Because what you do with your gold jewelry and your platinum jewelry and all your valuable jewelry, talk to your insurance agent about setting up a separate rider for these because they need to be listed separately and insured separately. General homeowners insurance only covers for fire, for loss, for theft to a very small amount in jewelry. And it's different in different states and in different places, so that's why I'm not going to give you a blanket amount here. But your agent can set up a separate, what they call a rider. It's a separate bit of insurance for those pieces so that they're insured to their value. So that way if something does happen, and this is where the appraiser and their form is going to come in very handy, you'll be insured to replacement value because that's what an appraisal is all about. It's about replacement value. If you were to go, because, again, we would be out of stock of this. You can't just come back and buy it from us for $300. If something happens 10 years from now, you're going to have to deal with replacing it. And so that's what the insurance check would be for replacement value. So just keep that in mind. Any piece of jewelry, any valuable timepieces, always want to have on your policy, your homeowner's policy, for their full amount of retail replacement or appraised value. This is $299.99. This is a $1,500 ring that you're grabbing right now for $299.99. Now, I mentioned it and I read the appraisal card. I'm going to step out just so we can see the picture behind me. Because there's two things to note on the inside where it says Luxoro and it says 10 karat. Again, those are our marks. Those are our indications that it is, one, from the Luxoro collection, and two, that it is in 10 karat gold. Now, even though it's 10 karat, we talked earlier, just under 50% pure gold, it still is going to have a value that will be impacted by the rise and the fall of gold pricing. So another reason why is gold prices change. Just keep an eye on it. You don't have to reappraise every year because appraisals can run you $50 to $100 depending on where you are. It's important that you keep an eye on the value of these pieces and have them reappraised every few years. Silver I wouldn't worry about unless it's a really rare and exotic gem. But gold you definitely want to keep an eye on the price of for these reasons. Now we're going to share from the ring, we'll move into the pendant, which is going to be just about, wait till you see the picture of the pendant come up because it is almost a spot-on match for that ring. Look at that. Again, solitaire, nothing accenting it. So just as in the ring, the stone was left to be the star, pendant, same thing. Now I'm going to grab the pendant and the Luxoro card first. Let me get the right one. That's for the heart. So this should be, there it is, for the pendant. Now, the ring was 9 millimeters. This is a 9x7. This is a 9x7 millimeter Sleeping Beauty turquoise pendant. So almost identical size. Do you want to know what the price is on this? Your price is $99. That pendant right there is only $99.99. You are buying Sleeping Beauty turquoise, carat and a half, in 10 karat gold for $99.99. I do a podcast. It's called Are We on the Air? You can find it any place you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, any of them. And I talk about this industry. And I point out what works and what doesn't work in this industry. And I also point out what a good host does and what a good host should do. Sometimes, I'm going to be honest, the job is simple. All I need to say is $99, 9x7mm Sleeping Beauty turquoise pendant. Rinse, repeat. You're smart. You'll make an informed decision. This is a Sleeping Beauty turquoise 9x7mm pendant. It's $99. Oh, and it's in gold. Rinse, repeat. $99, Sleeping Beauty. You get the idea. Let me show this to you. This is a gorgeous one. Again, heart separate purchase. I'm just showing you the Sleeping Beauty right now. Look at that 9x7. 9x7mm Sleeping Beauty turquoise in 10 karat, no chain. That's a separate purchase. And it's $99.99. It doesn't get any better than that. Look at how beautiful that is. In 10 karat yellow gold. The beauty of that, 10 karat yellow gold. Again, just an easy pendant to put on and to wear. There is a pure elegance, just a pure class to that pendant for $99.99. Pendants don't need to be massive. To be elegant, to be beautiful, to be sophisticated, pendants don't need to stand, an inch off of, or 2 inches off of the neckline to be noticed. Less is more many times. And when you have a Sleeping Beauty, and actually when you have a Sleeping Beauty that is 9x7mm, let's just get real here for a second. That is big for that gemstone. Are there bigger examples? Absolutely. Are they 5 times the price? Absolutely they are. But a 9x7mm, that's a carat and a half. That is a big pendant. That is a good size stone. So you wind up with something that does play larger because it is larger for the stone. Now, if that were howlite, if that were some of the jaspers that are out there, I would say that's a small stone. 9x7mm, a piece of howlite. You can find pieces of howlite that are that big. Not as much anymore, but you still can. Sleeping Beauty, that's a big stone. So this is a big example of Sleeping Beauty turquoise for $99.99. There are honestly going to be some people who will take this stone and they'll repurpose it. They will take that stone out of the setting. It's a good looking setting, I think. 10 karat, good classic look. But they'll repurpose the gemstone. Because if you had an idea in mind for a ring and you needed a 9x7mm Sleeping Beauty turquoise, you would spend more than $99.99 just to buy the stone. So when you can get the stone and the setting in the bale for $100, yeah, you do it. You take advantage of deals like this because that's all you're spending to get a piece of Sleeping Beauty turquoise in gold, and it's $99.99. This is why we exist as a company. Shop LC has been in business over 40 years now as a jewelry manufacturer, as a shopping network, right about 14, 15 years. And one of the things we've always strived to do is bring quality product to market, but do it at a price point no one else can. So when we can turn around, and Luxoro is our line of jewelry, this is ours exclusively for you, and we can share quality jewelry, quality again, relative term, opinion term on my part. Well, read the reviews on the website. If you go to shoplc.com, you can read the reviews, which take this out of 5 stars to 4.8. That's pretty highly rated. When you get to 4.8 stars out of 5, after multiple reviews, and there are 5 of them, that says something about what you're buying. So I would feel pretty good about that. If you want to go to the website and read the reviews first, that's fine. You certainly can. Remember, the pricing is only valid for 24 hours, 4 p.m. Monday, which is just over 24 hours from now. All of the pricing is up for grabs. Might change, might not. Oh boy, I have been looking forward to this one too. This is from our Luxoro line. I'm not going to show you the card just yet. I promise I will. I've got to show you the ring. Oh man. This is our Boyaca Colombian Emerald. We don't have a lot of this inventory left. The Boyaca Colombian Emeralds are far and few between now. This is $449.99. The ring I'm about to show you is only $449.99. I'm going to start with a close-up for TikTok, and then we'll go to the rest of social media. Oh, boy. Look at the quality of that Colombian emerald. Look at the color. Look at the clarity of that stone. Oh, my goodness gracious. Emerald is a gemstone where you always sacrifice. You just know if you're going to buy emerald, you have to sacrifice. You either sacrifice color or you sacrifice clarity. There is no sacrificing here. There's, oh man, that is as close to a flawless emerald as I've seen outside of lab created. It is a pear cut. Your diamond accents, G to H color, I2 clarity. I said I was going to show you the cards. Let me do that. Because this, in fact, I'll just read this one first. Look at the image behind me. That again, that's magnified a lot. That's like you're looking through a jeweler's loop, and it's still very impressive to see. I'll just read you the card. It says 14 karat yellow gold, AAA Colombian emerald. I2GH, now it's talking about the diamonds. I2 means there are inclusions. G to H color. Getting close to colorless. D is colorless. I'm looking at those diamonds. Are they seeing the same? Those look very clean to me. Well, anyway, size stones, 47 points of emerald weight. 47 points. Oh, 47 points total weight. Excuse me. 47 points total weight. Gold weight 2.51 grams, and that would be for a size 7. I think it was a size 7 sample I have here. Total gemstone weight 47.471. The emerald is a pair 6x4. 41 points worth just in emerald. The diamonds are another 6 points, 0.058. That's basically another 6 points of genuine diamonds. This is stunning. This is one of the single nicest examples of emerald I've seen in a very long time, which is why I'm not surprised to see that it's Boyaca Colombian emerald. We have a lot of Zambian emeralds in the inventory, and they're really nice emeralds. There are some, and I had one the other night that I even said on air, this is on par with some of the Colombian product, but why do we make those comparisons? Because the Colombian emeralds are traditionally the best, the finest. And this, excuse me, is what I mean when I say the best and the finest, the Colombian emeralds, because you can see very clearly here the color and the clarity that you're getting in that stone. And there's always a sacrifice. Always, always, always. The reason lab created emeralds, and they've been lab creating emeralds now for almost 30 years, I guess. And the reason they started doing it, and there's some nice ones out there, but again, they're lab created, and they price them like this. You'll go into a store today. This is $449, remember. You'll go into a store today, you'll see emeralds in the display case, and you'll say, oh my gosh, they actually sell emeralds. You'll go, you'll look at them, they're beautiful, they're perfect, they're flawless, they're lab created. Sometimes they do a good job disclosing it, sometimes not, and that irks me to no end. This is real. This is 100% real, genuine product that you're buying today for $449.99. It's a $4,100 ring. $4,100 for $449. Incidentally, on the website, we have half sizes for this ring. So it starts at a 5, and in half size increments goes all the way up to size 11. The only one sold out is the 10. So from 5 in half sizes up to the 11 on the website. The price will be the same no matter which one you get. no matter what size you decide to pick up. The fact you now join that exclusive club, and it's exclusive, of people that own real Colombian emeralds, should be pretty exciting to you, because it is exciting, because most people don't. Most people never will own a real Colombian emerald. You are about to. And if you're getting the ring, I hope you'll at least think about getting the pendant. And here's reason number one. The pendant is on clearance, and the clearance price for this pendant is $239.99. You're about to buy a Colombian emerald pendant for $239.99. It's a $2,800 retail value pendant you're buying right now for $239.99. And let me get this for you here. What did I do with it? Is this it? I think this. Nope, that's not it. What did I do with it? Do I have this?
Oh, you know, actually, no, I have it.
Oh, DJ has it. Okay.
1 second.
We will get it. And my gosh, again, well, there it is on the screen. You can still see the picture of it on the screen there. Let me go over what you're getting, because that is a 14-karat yellow gold, AAA grade Boyaca Colombian emerald. Now, the diamonds here are also G to H in color, meaning that they are very close to colorless. EF gets you to near colorless, and D, of course, is colorless, is perfect color. I2 means that there should be imperfections that you can see to the naked eye. I'm having a tough time seeing them, but they're experts have graded it and said that those are I2 in clarity diamonds. But again, what matters most is the quality of the emerald. Are there going to be imperfections in it? Absolutely. That is what tells you it's a real emerald, is the fact that it's not flawless. If I saw that stone and saw that was flawless, I'm telling you that's lab created. Thank you, sir. Here we go. TikTok. You get the first look at that. Oh man, that is even nicer in person than it is on the picture. I mean, that's a good looking stone there on the TV, but when you see it in person, oh my, look at the green in that. Wow. I promise, rest of social media, you're about to see it too. I gotta take a look myself. Holy cow. That is even cleaner in person than it looks like on that other shot. Okay, for the rest of social media and the website, let's see if I'm just inching it in closer and closer just to see how close I can get. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is as good as I've seen in a very, very long time. The color, the clarity in that stone is just amazing. And this, at what did I say, $239.99. Again, this is on clearance. If you like this pendant, you are getting the lowest price that we have on it. Now, usually what happens with clearance items is they're on clearance, we show them, they get a couple of airings on TV, and they're gone. So the fact that this survived our most recent clearance event, which was in September, and never had its price go back up is very unusual, but that's good. That's good. So you can get the clearance price, and you still have the return privilege. Remember, we usually take away the return privilege once the clearance event is over. We're not doing that. We've left the 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee in place. I'm just holding this here, trying to get it so both social medias can see it at the same time, because you have to see this stone. You don't need to see me right now. You need to see this stone. You need to see how beautiful, how clean, and how green this gemstone is, because this in person is even better than that. These shots we see here, many times they are pre-shot at our factory in India before they even leave the building. And so they have a nice setup. I mean, it's good. They take some good pictures, but many times it doesn't accurately reflect what you're actually going to see in person. This is amazing. Now the chain is not included. We have other chains available. We've shown you a few chains today. Actually, this would be very nice on. But odds are good you already have an existing chain for this, that it will just be beautiful. And look at that stone. The quality that you have here is just off the charts for $239.99. There's no reason why there should be any of these left in the inventory. No reason at all. At $239.99 on clearance, this is a $2,799 pendant. $2,800 pendant that you're buying right now for $239.99. You need to come on in and take advantage of that one. Diamond accents on it. They're subtle. They're not huge. They're not meant to be. This is intended to be all about the emerald. And it is. It is all about that beautiful emerald. Just look at that. Setting is properly done. 14 karat gold setting holding the stone in place. That is a beautiful setting for a gorgeous gemstone. If you want to go the budget pay route, we have them on the website. 5 payments, $48. Yes, you get free shipping as well. Another reason why you might want to go to the website and place that order, you'll have the free shipping. Well, either way, whether you just want to say sold 121 in the comment box, or TikTok viewers, you know, right there, that little link takes you to how you can order this directly from us. But for everyone on the other forms of social, you have the comment box. You just type in sold 121. Someone will contact you. I just noticed too, I've been quoting the clearance price of $239. Our little box on the social media said $299. This is on clearance at $239. So that it just caught that. I've been quoting. Okay. So we'll get that fixed for you. But it is $239. So don't worry. It is $239.99. So if you're watching us on Instagram or Facebook and you saw a different price, ignore that. It's $239.99. A couple more we can possibly squeeze in here. And oh boy, oh man, it's hard to do a rushed presentation on Turkisite, because this is one of the most talked about stones that we have had in many years around here. We first presented Turkisite probably about 7-8 years ago. The studio we're in right now used to be our main broadcast studio, and I remember standing right in about this exact spot with Tony, and I actually know it was Karen. It was shortly after Karen started here, but Tony was here as well. And Karen and I were standing out here, and she had presented Turkisite at another gemstone network that doesn't exist anymore under a different name. And so if you're saying, well, is this the same? Because it looks the same as that other stone. Yeah, it's the same. It's just that's a trademark name, and Turkisite is kind of the general name for it. It is a color change diaspore, which is a very scientific way of saying Turkisite or that other name. Let me get out of the way. I'm going to show it to you this way first, because there's a method to my madness here. As I look at that picture there, I see, again, this goes back to the different lighting that is used sometimes when they take these pictures. That stone looks decidedly more green with just the hints of brown. Now, if I look at our website picture, and I'll invite you to go to the website and look at this, it looks more brown. This is a color change stone. So sometimes it's going to look green. Sometimes it's going to look more brown. I'm going to show you my sample right here. And under our lighting, well, yeah, I can kind of see them both at the same time. You can see even here, the one in person looks more green than the one in the photo. That's for TikTok. Let me do it now for the rest of social. And it gets a little more blurry in the background there, but there it is in person. So you can see that it definitely has more of a green play of color. See that? There's the background image. And here it is live. So it's a color change stone, and it is designed under different lighting to change colors. So whether you have, does this light ring work?
It should. I haven't tested it, to be honest.
So I'm wondering if the light ring would change the color of this. So there's different lighting can affect gemstones in different ways, and so it might even be plugged in for all I know. I don't know.
The light ring. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking of something completely different. Yes,
oh, okay.
Yes, it does work.
Because I'm just curious as to whether this changes the color of this.
Try it.
I don't have makeup on today, so this is going to be harsh. Oh boy, you know what? I bet it does. Let's see. Does that? Yeah, that probably is going to look more. It's hard for me because I am staring at a bright light here. Oh, you know what? Let me go around it this way. Let me do it on this one. Oh, yeah, that looks decidedly more green now than it did a moment ago. So you can see how under different lighting that this will change color. That is, yeah, there's a lot more of kind of a green coming out of this than we had a second ago. So how do we turn this off? Yeah, definitely. There, you can see it. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a lot more brown now than it was when we had, because that's a different light source. When we have this light ring on, it's a different type of light. And that, wow, that was very telling, actually. That's a color change stone. Now, not all stones are color change. In fact, there's actually a very short list of color change gemstones. So when you have a nice color change stone like you do with turquoisite, you have a very rare and very valuable treat, dare I say, because these are not inexpensive pieces. Color change stones have that natural phenomenon. That didn't happen because of some sort of treatment that was done to this. This is a natural gemstone. So the natural properties of that turquoisite are what caused that color change to happen with the different lights. Thank you for the new follower. We just had someone follow us on TikTok. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Let me just read off the information here. I'm not going to have time to show it to all the different socials. Turquoisite, AAA grade, and you'll get a copy of this. Diamonds, GHSI. Now, SI is a grade up from where we were a moment ago, meaning, yes, there are inclusions, but you will not see them to the naked eye. You would need a 10-power loop. Ring, size 10 in this case, 3.1 grams total weight, 18 karat yellow gold, total gemstone weight 1.85 carats. So the diamonds are 25 points of that, and that is AAA grade turquoisite. So that explains the gram weight, 3.1 grams. I was sitting here thinking, this has some heft to it, and it absolutely does. There is some serious heft to this ring, and you're going to feel that. So if you've ever wondered about turquoisite and you said, what is it really like? I hope that little example there with the change in the light kind of gave you a good idea how, yes, it can be brown, yes, it can be more green. It's all going to depend on the lighting and where you are. If you go to our website, you'll see a picture that is decidedly more brown than what I see in person, which is decidedly more green, especially once we had the different light hitting it, and then it really became green. So depending on where you're wearing this, that can affect things, whether it's daytime, whether it's nighttime. Sunset's a lot earlier now, and so that can affect things, how you're seeing it in the evening. It is not a stone we see in abundance. Tony Denise, one of our gem hunters here, he is the one that is really responsible for a lot of the turquoisite that we see. We don't get it very often. When he's able to get these stones, it is a very rare treat. And so we're able to share this one with you right now. $7.99. You're saving $2,000. This is a $2,799 ring that you're getting for $799.99. As usual, I talked way too much. We didn't get to stud earrings, we didn't get to dangle earrings, we didn't get to a tanzanite ring, tanzanite pendant, all kinds of things.
They're all in the show.
They're in the show. You can shop them all. They're in the show, so you can go and check all of those out. So one of these days I'll get this figured out and I won't babble on forever. That's never going to happen. Listen, thanks, DJ.
Thank you.
As always. Thank you for joining us. I will see you on the live streams Thursday this coming week. And on TV Tuesday and Friday with Dan Dennis, both of those shows. Have a great week.
All right.
Nice. You want a best of?
Yes. And it doesn't have to be from this specifically. It could be like a little bit of that stuff from other shows too, if you want.
Yeah, what do I pick? Oh boy, The Ring.